Hello, everyone. I'm Dale Alleshouse, and I work over in the Software Solutions Division. That is an awesome place to work because I get to take the research that we're doing every day and I get to apply it in the field side by side with DoD customers. It's a cool thing to do, to see how our research actually acts in the wild. The other side of that is I get to see the opportunities that DoD customers are having, or our DoD customers, and I get to use that to inform new research opportunities here. One of the things I've personally been seeing a lot in my engagements is the DoD is wondering, how do I really capitalize on cloud technologies the same way that they have in industry? Now, cloud technologies are enablers that fit in really nice with the current defense strategy. Secretary Mattis made some really cool comments in the 2018 National Defense Strategy that are particularly relevant to cloud. One, he talked about moving at the speed of relevance, and I really love that comment, speed of relevance. We have to develop and deploy software faster in order to move at the speed of relevance. This is what cloud technologies has done for industry, so we have to do it in the DoD. Cloud technologies are nothing new to the DoD. The previous administration in 2010 released the Cloud First policy, which mandated that government agencies try to deploy IT solutions in the cloud first. But if you look at the way we looked at the cloud in 2010, it was a little different. Back then, we thought of the cloud as any technology solution provided by an outside vendor. I've heard it often said that the cloud is nothing more than a server you don't own. Now, there is some truth to that, but if you think about that, they kind of thought the cloud was you could reach into your local data center, grab your application, pull it up by its shirt's tails, drop it in some place like Azure or AWS, and poof, it's a switch you turn on and suddenly you have all these benefits. Well, the truth is you've solved some of your hardware problems, but it is not a switch. You have not solved any software problems. You have the same software problems just running somewhere else. This thought is backed up. The 2018 Accelerate State of DevOps report is the largest report of its kind. And what they did was they compared the practices of very high performing companies to very low performing organizations. And what they found, it really doesn't matter if they're using cloud services. That's not a differentiator of performance. What really matters is the way you use cloud services. So our thoughts on the cloud are evolving. It's not just someone else's server. It's actually a set of technologies used for rapid provisioning of systems and services from a shared pool of resources. These resources don't have to exist in the cloud. They can exist locally, on-premise, in your local data center. This even extends this sort of thinking to things like embedded systems, anything that you're doing. So it's really exciting. If you look at the 2018 Smart Cloud Strategy that was released for public comment recently by the White House, that's the way they're thinking of the cloud. The cloud is more like a dial that you can turn up, and the more you turn it, the more advantages you get from it. Now, people love to talk about process and DevOps and stuff, and those are very important. But another really important way that you have to turn that dial is with your architecture. Architecture is a big thing here at the SEI. We talk about it a lot. So in less than 1 minute, architecture, the way you get your architecture in line to take advantage of cloud technologies is with loosely coupled components. There's a lot of definitions for that, but I'm going to give you a real simple one that's easy to understand. If you have two components that have to be deployed at the same time, they are tightly coupled. A loosely coupled component will be independently testable and independently deployable. Now, I could go on and talk about this stuff for hours because I really love it. It's fun and it's cool, but I don't have time. So if anyone wants to talk about this more, feel free to catch me in the hall. I'll talk your ear off about it, I promise. But the SE architecture is such an ingrained part of the SEI, you can really talk to anyone here. They'd be happy to talk to you about it. Thank you all for your time.